Hello YouTube, or should I say Guten Tag. This is Howie. I'm playing Napoleon Total War. This is Count von Gneisenau, the general of my Prussian army. I am facing off against General Ney of the French, who are the attackers in this battle. So basically, they are assaulting west into Germany in the French expansion. And I have been sent here to defend this village, which actually straddles a river here, where there's a bridge in the centre of the village. There's also a couple of bridges over here, coming this way to the west, which is my right flank, and then over here and over here. So I also have to skirt around a bit to use that. I have my guns mounted up the top here, 2 units of 12-pound artillery. I've got lots of musketeers, which are basic foot troops, and I think a couple of foot guards. Yeah, these are elite foot troops, which are just a bit better than usual, really. I don't have much cavalry. I've got a unit of light hussars to chase down a fleeing enemy, and a unit of dragoons to use to hit the enemy. I'm in defence, so I'm not really too worried about cavalry. They're more useful on the attack. My main tactic will be positioning and the use of the cannon. My opponent, whose username was Maximus, I believe, has some grenadier cheval, basically mounted grenadiers, cuirassiers, some grenadiers, some basically horse artillery, his general, some fusiliers and National Guard, so a couple of elite units, some more artillery and some dragoons at the top there. So he does out-cav me, and some of his line units are stronger. I definitely have the artillery advantage. Mine is a lot more powerful. Neither of us have any light troops, which is extremely rare. Light troops are very popular in this game, but I guess we both figured that we didn't really need them on such a narrow map. None of us are really going to get much of a long range on each other. So let's enter the action here. Right. So my idea was I'm going to send a unit of musketeers here along with my dragoons to try and close off this little U-bend here across these bridges. Make sure he doesn't get across there, and also possibly try and get behind his line. In the meantime, I'm just going to walk my troops down the front here, just to try and get a position in the village to ensure that he can't just march straight across. Now my artillery are immediately firing into his general, who he charges down the hill and out of sight of my artillery. My opponent decided to send lots of his grenadiers into these houses, probably thinking that if he can hide in there, he'll be free from my artillery fire and possibly hold up there, so that it makes me difficult to attack him. Especially since his infantry are a lot stronger in melee, hand-to-hand combat, and therefore would be harder for me to get out. I decided to counter by taking this farmhouse here. But I don't plan on really crossing the river. I do set up a line here, barrage, to try and block him, but he does charge all his cav immediately across the river. I do manage to get into square formation just in time to try and counter this. However, my general is in danger. I moved him up to try and keep my my infantry in high morale. For some reason he skirts it completely. And decide to try and charge straight up here for my artillery. A good move, but unfortunately he's already weakened because he didn't do a very good job of skirting around my infantry at the bottom of the hill. So he charges up that way. In the meantime, I decide to move my cavalry as quick as possible. Seeing that he had pushed all his cavalry across the bridge into the village, I see that he can't counter my cavalry maneuver at all, so I have a free rein to get behind his lines, so I'm charging around there. He is attacking my artillery, however it's low on morale, and so I'm not really that worried. He does take out one unit, but I decide to charge up my charge up my general to counter, and seeing as he's low on morale, it does a pretty effective job. He was setting up some artillery on the riverbank here. However, he didn't get it set up in time, and so I've managed to have some excellent artillery shots with grape shot on them, and also I managed to get my musketeers up so to get some fire on them immediately. I've pulled my troops out of this building because I was worried that my artillery firing at this building might hit that building instead. As you can see, it's doing an excellent job. He's hidden 3 units in here, so I decided to pound it as hard as I can, because they can't do anything about it. He's charged some men into this building here to try and flush me out. I'm not too worried because that was really just a countermeasure to stop him taking the bridge, but seeing as he's used that already, it didn't really have much effect on me. He is pounding my artillery, my infantry here with some artillery that he has back there by the hill. I see this happening and I move my cavalry across and directly aim for the artillery. I have to take that out. But seeing his general here is also drawing my attention. As you can see, I've directed my artillery to fire on the other building that he's occupied here. I figure that if I can damage that as quick as possible, he doesn't seem to be paying much attention over here. He's concentrating more this end of the map. So I'm hoping I can take this building down and kill anyone trapped inside. My cavalry here is fighting the enemy general. I've managed to catch him off guard. In the meantime, some of my artillery is continue shooting over there. I am moving my infantry around to try and avoid direct fire from any troops in the nearby vicinity. I've taken this building down now and killed the unit inside. Trapped under fallen debris, they have no means of escape.
We have killed their general, sir!
My cavalry was successful at the back and killed their general, and I next moved them over to try and take out the artillery there. The infantry I had over here, I've moved out of the way, and here I make an immediate decision. I withdraw the infantry from this building as fast as I can and immediately target it with my cannon. And as you can see, it routs the enemy units immediately. They completely break and run for the hills, seeing that they're completely outgunned by these heavy artillery. I moved some of my infantry up because now I can see that the battle is pretty much won. There's no way he can take this village from us. We've successfully defended against it. Marshal Ney, Napoleon's right-hand man. And Prussia lives to fight another day. The French do decide to make one last stand by charging many of their grenadier troops onto the bridge here. And unfortunately, they get a bit stuck, deciding to try and take some shots at my guys, but some nice artillery fire does a good job of knocking them out. So there you have it. The Prussians have beat back the French for now, and there we go. The opponent, Maximus, did a very good job. Unfortunately, I think he made some strategical errors there, especially leaving his flank open for my cavalry to charge through. He did use his cavalry a little rashly, I think. Had he used them a bit more effectively, he would have had a good position against me, considering I had so very little to counter it. But still, good game. I hope you've all enjoyed this battle on Napoleon Total War, and I will see you next time.